Stormblessed ready to go. Perfect. We're going to watch from Makeye's side first. Make sure both players know that they're ready to go. And both of these players so far undefeated. They haven't dropped a game in their matches. We'll see how it's going. I can't imagine this is a keeper, but did Makeye accidentally keep it? Was this a keep from Makeye? This is. It looks like it was. They're just hoping that they draw the Primal, which seems very tough. That's going to be a tough one. Oh, wow, and what a perfect hit. Immediately getting that Primal Sigil and getting out of this really scary situation. Able to now play an on-curve Lightning Sprite. Things look much, much better for Makeye here.
Watch your step.
Scorpion Traps immediately coming down, though, from Stormblessed. This Amaran Stinger has been a really good move. Oh, and a hit on the first turn. Putting Makeye in a pretty tough spot with a really wide draw from Stormblessed here. Another Stinger coming down, just keeping the pressure on Makeye. And you've got to block this 2-3. Of course, it does leave it open for where Stormblessed could have a little bit of burn and get you. And they do. They have the torch, too. What an incredible hand from Stormblessed. This hand is disgusting. Exactly perfect removal. And we're watching Stormblessed just start to run away with this game already. Just a fantastic start from them.
Watch your step.
The tournament rules are up in the chat by just looking at the tournament. Yeah. That'll be all be on challenge. Makeye does still have some obnoxious cards here. I mean, Lumen Defender is able to block basically the entire board, gain a bunch of life back, stabilize them a little bit. Attacking into the 1-4 is a little bit dicey, but I can understand they don't really want to block just in case of another torch anyways. They're just getting it in there, deciding that they don't want to risk it. Ooh, but there's the Annihilate. And just a ton more damage coming down on the Makeye here from Stormblessed. Linrai's Kiss? I mean, that can draw Makeye into something, but they need more than one something. Getting both Stingers here was a fantastic draw for sure from Stormblessed. Since it's the only two Stingers they can have in their list. It's a really, really powerful draw. Makeye slowing the game down just a little bit. Oh, hitting another trap, though. And opting not to use the next Permafrost. But taking 6 damage a turn anyways, just from how wide this board is from Storm. And now Shadowlands Guide pulls back the Grenadin Drone. Oh no, Makeye blocked the actual drone and not the Grenadin that gets made off of it, giving an extra bit of value off the Shadowlands Guide, because of course, when it pulls this back, you get to play the 1-1 off the summon ability. Not that it would have ultimately made a difference here, but just a little bit of extra dagger here for Makeye. They can Linrai's Kiss, but I mean, it's just not enough, yeah. Like, they don't have enough power to play the Lumen Defender afterwards, and that'll be the game. So we see Makeye losing in the first game to Stormblessed. Can they recover? We'll have to see. A very, very strong opening hand from Stormblessed. They might not be able to do that 2 games in a row, but we've seen some really powerful things out of them so far. And we're going to watch this from Stormblessed side this time. And see if Stormblessed can keep this streak going. Like I said, we've seen these Fire Time Shadow lists be incredibly nasty so far. it feels like we already kind of have the deck to beat of the tournament. With both of our competitors, good luck. Ooh, a couple of tough mulligans here from Stormblessed. Deciding to keep this one, which I think is correct. The first hand was definitely on the edge. Having the Carvers will help out a lot, but, I mean, Stormblessed still needs power here, and everything being depleted means that they're a lot slower. Certainly not on the same level as that hand with double Stinger. Yeah, and Stormblessed just missing out on these power cards. And that's going to be a really big problem here in a second. They need to find another power right now. Permafrost stopping that Kindling Carver. And Stormblessed draws out of it at the last second, gets a Seek power. I think that you might want to play the Carver and then kill this one. We'll see what Stormblessed opts to do. Now if they've played the Seek power, I think you might just play the power and pass. We'll see, though. Stormblessed definitely thinking. Nope, deciding to play the Carver. I'm a little bit worried about that myself. I mean, they do have access to Makeye's list, and Makeye does only have the Permafrosts, really, that can deal with that. If we take a look at their list... Oh, they have the second Permafrost! They had it! I was thinking that maybe Stormblessed was taking that as, like, a risk, knowing that there wasn't a lot of answers. But Makeye has it! Both of the Carvers are down, and Stormblessed is stuck with just this Rectifier.
Time heals.
And I mean, they can make a wide board, but they're not going to get a ton of value out of it the way that they want to. They're not going to be able to draw all the extra cards. They don't have a Distillation yet. Machinations is nice, but there's nothing great to get with it.
Listen
And if they can't even get their own Carvers into the Void right now, I mean, that Combust, I guess, is a really good draw. They could use... They can use Display. They can use Display to sacrifice it. So they can try and do that to get them into the Void and draw them back to try and start this engine going again. But a nice set of circumstances here for Makeye to be able to just slow this game down a bit. And Stormblessed is just going to kill the attacker, not sacrificing a Carver or anything. Keeping Makeye off of extra power. Now we'll see if Makeye has those Burstspore Ferns that their deck is built around. They decide to not do anything. Could easily have a Wisdom of the Elders in hand. Maybe more than one.
world will tremble.
Stormblessed kind of slowly drawing themselves out of this. I think that I'd like to see the Kindling Carver get sacrificed, though. Oh, wow. Great hit off of that Sensu here. Really, really nice.
World will tremble.
Helping Stormblessed get into Machination range without actually having to use any sacrifices. And Makeye just kind of stuck here. We don't know what's in their hand. They do have a lot of Mirror Image and Sudden Schism. They've got 2 of each. And End of Hostilities as well, so it's very possible that they're just stuck with all of these copy abilities in hand and don't have anything to really copy yet. They do also have Predator's Instinct, because that's kind of the idea, right?
Listen and be
Oh, nice! Able to get a copy of the Rectifier here with the End of Hostilities, and that also sets up End of Hostilities later, because that means that you can get the Tribute right away by sacrificing your Rectifier. So a nice little pickup. Stormblessed deciding to sacrifice their Rectifier. Kill this 1/5. And then I imagine silence the Rectifier. Yeah, good move. Stopping Makeye here from having that second silence. And then just passing the turn. Makeye's still just waiting. They don't... If they've got all of those like Mirror Image and Sudden Schism in hand, now once again their unit is silenced. They can't really get that value that they need. They need to find another big unit, and I think that that's what's going on here, is that their hand is full of those copy abilities, but they don't really have a good thing to copy right now. Because End of Hostilities can copy the enemy's units, but if you're stuck with Sudden Schism and Mirror Image, it's only your own. And yeah, 32 versus 21. This game is slowly slipping away from Makeye. Stormblessed getting more and more value online. Still not opting to go for the Display of Destruction, sacrifice a Carver, and then get it back to Machinations line, though. I'm still a little surprised about that. And here comes Predator's Instinct. They're just opting to go with it, finally. But Stormblessed, being patient, has held up that display this whole time and destroys it before it can actually get the copy. Oh, but Makeye baby baited this out! Gets 2 5/5s. And still has a Predator's Instinct. Oh, it's a great play, but the problem is we know Stormblessed has this Machinations in hand, and that's the only 2. So now they're just going to be able to get all of them back. They're going to be able to go Nahid's Faithful into Zensu, into a Rectifier again, and just turn this board right back around. Oh no, with the Torch too, getting the block. That was a really nice play by Makeye, but Machinations just once again showing how incredibly powerful it is here. Silencing one of the Carvers, sacrificing the others so that they can get everything online. And Makeye, I don't think has a way out of this. I mean, looking at their deck, I don't think there's a top deck. There is a top deck! I'm wrong! They put all units back, take another turn. I forgot about the Soul's Rest. They got part of their combo. Problem is, Stormblessed is going to be able to deploy this really fast. Even with only 5 power. Yeah, Makeye just with no hand here is going to have a really tough time. I mean, we see one of the biggest problems here is just right away, 10 power versus 6. Like, and that's with a Decimate. Stormblessed just has not drawn the power that Makeye has. Makeye has just gotten a lot of power online here, which has kind of helped them be able to play things like the End of Hostilities, but also does mean that they have a lot less action than Stormblessed here. And yeah, back in the same position a turn later. Managed to stall out, but ultimately not drawing anything that's going to be able to change the game. A well-played game by Makeye for sure. Tough draw, ultimately. We just see those Machinations just running away with game after game after game. And I'm wondering if anything can take it down. We've seen some really powerful decks, though. We do still have things like the Argenport Revenge list that just rolled through earlier as well. From, I believe it was it Kinetic Gibbon that had it? So, I mean, we've still got some decks that are very powerful that are going to be coming up. We'll have to see what's happening. Right now, we're going to take another brief moment to set up the next match. We have the losers bracket round now. We'll just pull up our challenge list here. Yeah, very close, well-fought game between both of you. Well played. I'm not sure what's going to be able to take down that value sacrifice deck. But we're going to see maybe a matchup between it in the semifinals soon. We'll have to see. Beard Broken and Stormblessed so far undefeated with different versions of an FTS sacrifice list. For now, we're going to have Akane versus Arzu jumping in. Thank you for that follow, by the way.